From making fun of an NBA superstar's dead mom, trash talking with the megastar, making fun of another NBA player for looking like a cancer patient, taking a shot at another NBA player's wife, even making his own teammates cry, and making an enemy out of his biggest fan. There's only one name responsible for all these events in the NBA. The most savage, ruthless, and disrespectful man in NBA history, Kevin Garnett, aka the NBA's bully. If KG ever played in today's NBA, your local purple-haired lesbians would literally have called cancel culture on him. But, knowing KG, he probably would have spat in their faces. I mean, this is KG we're talking about. The most intense man ever in the NBA, and known as the best trash talker ever by his own peers. The Big Ticket is known for mixing Gatorade and coffee and drinking it in the morning. Ew, that's putrid. His pregame ritual is one out of the storybooks, a tale that will forever be told. And that's just his pregame ritual we're talking about. He walks over to the padded basketball area, head and eyes down, and just bumps his head into it while murmuring God knows what under his breath. He even treats a Game 7 as plain out war, literally describing it as him getting his firearms ready. Just listen to him talk about it himself.
So Game 7, man. That's it. It's all the marbles. I'm sitting in the house, I'm loading up the pump, I'm loading up the Uzi, I got a couple of M16s, a couple 9s, I got a couple joints with some silencers on them. I'm just loading up clips, a couple grenades, got a missile launcher with a couple, missiles. I'm ready for war.
This is a story where we take a deep dive into all of that and explain how this intense, ruthless, and savage man lasted in the NBA by literally making the most insane insults to other NBA players. Kevin Garnett is regarded as the best trash talker by his own NBA peers. But what made him garner such a title? Where shall we start? How about the time when he called another NBA player a cancer patient? In 2010, the Pistons were facing off against the Celtics, and KG matched up with Charlie Villanueva. After the two got into a tussle, they were teed up. Later on, Charlie went on Twitter.
Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers.
Called out KG to a fight. But what made him so mad? Well, he went on to disclose that KG had called him a cancer patient. My God, that's gotta be crossing the line. If you take a look at Charlie Villanueva, you notice something's different about him. It's the fact that, well, he's hairless. He suffers from the same condition as Will Smith's wife does, which causes him to lose his hair. After this had happened, he wanted to literally fight KG and called him out. Obviously, KG got asked about this and simply came up with a good excuse and said, "My comment to Charlie Villanueva was in fact, you are cancerous to your team and our league. I would never be insensitive to the brave struggle that cancer patients endure. I have lost loved ones to this deadly disease and have a family member currently undergoing treatment. I would never say anything that distasteful." But is that really the truth? From calling someone without hair a cancer patient, that is arguably not the worst thing KG has said. He's been involved in a lot of trash talking moments, but maybe none as big as this one. It was the first time in his career, and definitely not the last, where he crossed the line way too far. It was the 1999 playoffs, and KG was facing off against Tim Duncan. The Timberwolves were outmatched in this series, so they resorted to different tactics, trying to get into Tim's head. And on this particular day, it was Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you mothers.
Tim Duncan's mom had unfortunately passed due to breast cancer. KG, being who he was, he seized the opportunity as Tim lined up for some free throws and yelled, "Happy Mother's Day, bro! That's cold!" Duncan obviously felt hatred and anger towards Kevin, but he kept his cool and made sure to circle the calendar for every game he faced off against KG. This wouldn't be the only time KG broke someone's heart. Imagine growing up and idolizing someone, then finally getting to meet them. This is what happened when Joakim Noah finally met his idol, KG. However, it didn't go as planned for Noah. This is what happened.
The first time I play KG, I'm hype as hell. Like, we're playing the Celtics, I'm on the Bulls, and I think they're up like 30 points, and I'm in the game like it's like the last seconds, like nobody gives a shit. So we're at the free throw line, and he used to work out with this guy called Joe Abunasar, and I was working out with him for pre-draft. So I was always excited. I was always hoping like KG would walk in the gym and, you know, I would be able to like work out with him. And I remember asking him a question about, yo, you gonna work out with Joe? I was just trying to be cool. Like I just wanted to say something to my idol. And he just like looked over and he was like, yo, like who the fuck are you talking to? Like who you think you talking to? And then like when he said that, I was like, oh.
Ever since then, KG's fan turned into one of his biggest enemies. How heartless you gotta be, KG, to do this sort of stuff, man. You about to make a grown man cry. No, literally. KG has literally made 2 grown men cry, starting off with Andray Blatche. During the final minutes of the game, KG had absolutely dominated Blatche, physically and mentally. During the play, you can see KG approaching Blatche and wrestling the ball away from him. Blatche retaliates with an elbow as KG taunted him. You can see Blatche walk away, so badly fighting away his tears. Just another victim who fell prey to KG's bullying. One of Blatche's teammates would even say that KG got under Blatche's skin. KG was also a part of the infamous moment when he literally made Glen Big Baby Davis cry tears in the middle of a game. Basically, the Celtics and Blazers matched up in 2008, and the Celtics were blowing them out. So the Celtics star all got a rest, which resulted in the Blazers making a comeback. That is when it started. Doc called the timeout and KG took control of the huddle and went right at Davis and singled him out and only him. This would result in making Glen Big Baby Davis cry. But KG didn't stop there, as he got some last words in. "Stop crying, you big baby," which marked the birth of the nickname Glen Big Baby Davis. Things get a lot crazier with KG, when one time he stole someone's girl and the police had to be called. It started when in the 4th quarter of the Knicks and Celtics game, Melo and KG got wrapped up and basically pushed each other off. This moment escalated everything, and in the next few possessions the two were seen cursing at each other, being physical, throwing elbows, and even cheap shots. Things boiled over as the two started yelling at each other on the court, and KG yelled, "Hey, your wife tastes like Honey Nut Cheerios." Bro, KG, how could you say such a thing? Why Honey Nut Cheerios? There's so many other better cereals like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops, and Lucky Charms, but you chose Honey Nut Cheerios? Maybe he was saying that Melo's wife tastes like nothing. Ouch. Regardless, what would you have done if someone said that to you or about your wife? Well, Melo made up his mind and decided that he would take care of this stuff off the court. Still angry, after the game, Melo charged the Celtics locker room trying to fight KG, to no success for the time being. But Melo was not about to give up, so he literally followed the Celtics team to their bus, which resulted in this. It took 5 cops, the arena's entire security staff, and the Knicks head coach to calm this situation down. This man KG is just a different breed. If these things weren't bad enough, KG had a list of other instances where he was just plain out being a bully for no reason at all, harassing poor Jose Calderon to the fact that he will not let any non-players eat. Yes, he would knock out the plate of team doctors or other members of the team, as one time recalled by Paul Pierce. Guys got dressed and it was time to eat, and there were like some people who weren't on the team in there, like some doctors who we had hardly ever seen. We seen them making a plate with the players' food, and I just remember going over there. Kevin Garnett was over there, and he kind of knocked the plate out of his hand and said, "This is the players' food." Like, what type of man does that? Only the most disrespectful savage and the NBA's bully, KG, aka the Big Ticket. Make sure to sub if you guys enjoyed.